Hello, my name is Brent Miller, and I'm interviewing Professor Andrew McCart on the Purdue College of Technology's Organizational Leadership course. Honestly, tell me a little bit about the Organizational Leadership degree program that is offered at the Purdue Institute of Technology.
Thanks, Brent. It's good to be here. I really appreciate you taking the time to interview me and your interest in the Organizational Leadership program. So it's a four-year degree. It's a bachelor's degree of science in organizational leadership. I say a four-year degree, but it could actually be done quicker. So it's a bachelor's of science in organizational leadership. The way I like to describe it is it's more focused on the people aspects of running and managing a business. So I think of management, and I've got degrees in management, business management, and management is really about it's more of the logical, analytical, numbers crunching, process driven aspects of business, which are important. But this part focuses on the people side of things and the communication and the conflict management and the ability to set goals and work toward them. And I think that's what makes this different than a management degree.
Okay. Andrew, what type of classes will a projected student take, and how long will they enhance the student ability to be a leader in a company? How will they enhance their skills that they're going to improve here?
Okay. So some of the titles of our classes, some of the introductory classes are Human Behavior in Organizations, Leadership Principles, which human behavior in organizations, it kind of talks about what people in different departments do, the ways departments interact with one another, how to work within a small or large group of people and understand the psychology and what drives people in organizations and what their needs are and ways to work with them in order to not only get the organization's needs met, but also help the individual feel like they're a part of a bigger picture. Leadership principles provide a really strong toolbox for leaders that they can use into their future. I get emails from students 5 years later that say how helpful it was and how things are going well in their career right now. Some other quick examples of the classes that they'll take: conflict management, leadership through teams, professional development, which professional development is about polishing an individual to excel throughout the span of their career and really giving them skills to appear as an individual that has class and cares about others and is a professional.
Okay. What is the age demographic for this program, and who should be encouraged to apply?
Well, the demographic, it's interesting because we have people from 18 to 68. We've had students 68, 69. That particular individual was a leader of nurses and had all the nursing accreditation, but came back to enhance her leadership abilities. The one obstacle I feel like we see is that students who are maybe 18 or 19, they don't always see themselves as a leader. Sometimes organizational leadership doesn't always appeal to a traditional age student. But I believe that this degree is for everybody because the individuals that are 18 to 22, it gives them skills that they may not start out in a big leadership capacity right after college, but they have the skills to navigate projects and to lead projects and lead initiatives and find their way in leadership positions, if not right away, a few years afterwards, and they really can help communicate with people at all levels in an organization.
You were saying earlier that the degree can be completed faster than 4 years. What is the quickest that you've seen it done?
Well, a 4-year degree is, in this case, when you're taking 15 credit hours, which is 5 classes in the fall, 5 classes in the spring, and summer's completely off. That can take 4 years. Now, we have classes in the summer. Students could go year-round if they want to. Students could take more than 15 credit hours a semester. They can take 18 or 21, depending on their level of free time and motivation. Students can also, we have a lot of high school students now, more than ever, coming in with a large number of credits, college credits that they earned in high school. So 3 years a student can be done, depending on the individual circumstance.
So you're saying 15 hours in the fall, 15 in the spring. Well, I guess I'm going to ask next, where and how often are classes offered, and is it possible to work full-time and take these classes?
The majority of our students do work full-time. They work full-time, and then they come here for a lot of evening classes. So here at our Purdue Technology Center in New Albany, we offer all the classes that they would take in the organizational leadership degree. And then for their general education classes, they go to Indiana University Southeast and take those classes for their English or their history or something like that. They would take over there.
Their core education that they need to take.
Right. Yeah, their general education they take over here, but their major specific stuff they'll take right here. And we have classes. A lot of our classes are in the late afternoon and evening because we have individuals that work full time and maybe they've hit a plateau with their career or they need the degree to go the next level, so they work and then they come here in the evenings to work on their bachelor's degree.
Well, are any of the classes, the degree major classes, offered online if they can't make it to the campus setting?
We do have some online options. Generally, those classes are leadership electives, so that if a student doesn't like the online delivery method, then they can take the core classes live if they prefer. But at the same time, students do like that distance education, and so we offer those classes as another option if they want to take classes distance. And the reality of a student demographic, a lot of students, they either are working or they have families or both, and so it helps that if they can put the kids to bed, they can do some of their lessons online at the end of the day.
Nice. Well, what type of jobs could someone apply for, after getting the leadership degree?
In the organizational leadership pathway, people ask a lot of times, well, what can I do with this? And my answer to that is more of, who can you be? That's really that's the real question you ought to be asking. Who can I be after I get done with this? And you can be a person that communicates effectively. You can be a person that thinks of the bigger picture. You can be a person that increases the confidence and capabilities of others. You can be the kind of person that enhances the quality of every experience. Now, what can you do with that? Well, tell me a job where that skill set doesn't help that job. All right, because it does. It applies everywhere. And when we have students now, if you want to be a certified public accountant, you have to get an accounting degree as well as a leadership degree if you wanted to be a leader and an accountant. Otherwise, we have people in all kinds of management skills around our community. So we have people in the finance industry, people in insurance, marketing, public relations, human resources, construction, manufacturing, retail services. So it is a versatile degree, and it's a really good complement to people that have a specific interest in some arena. Entrepreneurship is another opportunity. So people that they have a specific interest, and leadership rounds them out so that they can be better at that.
Well, what if does Purdue do anything for job placement for their graduates? Do they help in any help them get interviews or help them get their foot in the door somewhere?
We do. We have a strong relationship with a lot of companies in our community. We have the ability to help them get internships. There's even a co-op program along the way where it takes a little longer to graduate, but they have 3 semesters of solid work experience with companies. We have career fairs here. We have faculty and classes that work on resumes, interviewing, just career planning, right? There's a lot more to career planning than just having a resume, right? It's like, what kind of place do I even want to work at? Who do I want to be involved with? You don't want to get involved in a company culture that doesn't match your own values. So just considerations like that, but we have a lot of resources and a very high placement rate for not only organizational leadership, but also our other degrees here at the Purdue College of Technology.
Awesome. So no students left behind when they leave here.
We do our best to help every student get placement. If there's, we will go above and beyond. It's small enough that we can work with individual students to the extent that they want to work with us.
Well, is there a higher degree program? So once I get my degree, my bachelor's degree, can I go higher in my education, further it a little more?
We do have a master's degree in technology Now that is ran currently out of our West Lafayette location, and we've got a few students from the New Albany area. They go to West Lafayette for I think it's maybe 3 weekends a year, and over the course of 2 years, and they do a lot of their work at home, distance, and they get a master's degree in technology, and that pathway is open.
Well, I think the last question I'm going to ask is what sets Purdue's College of Technology apart from everybody else? What do you directly think that separates you all?
I think one thing that I would have to say is our strength is we're really a hands-on type of environment. We're talking about real situations. The leadership program specifically, it is not just a lecture-based, sit in the dark and watch PowerPoint slides. It's a very interactive discussion where you're not only learning from the instructor, but you're learning from the other students. And then there may be people in there with anywhere from 0 to 30 years of industry experience. And we get to talking with one another. We're working on projects every night. We've got some kind of in-class project where we're splitting up, going to the lab to do research. Throughout the semester, we'll go out and get involved in the community through a goal setting and team project that involves a level of community service. So I think that sets us apart. There's a lot of great institutes of higher education around here. I would say that the Purdue name and the Purdue brand really carries a lot of weight, and especially in greater Louisville and in Indiana, people really respect Purdue as one of the top institutions of education in the world. And but we don't stop there, right? We don't just ride on the strength of our name. We actually we bring it as professors. We really are enthusiastic and we care about it, and we go go above and beyond to help our students feel like they've got skills that they can succeed.
Very good. Well, thank you for your time, Andrew. And just the last question I have: when is the deadline for someone to apply and get into the program for fall and summer?
August 15th. We'd like you to just come here and apply and go through our admissions process, meet with the counselor, and we would love to have you involved if we're looking at the spring semester of the first week in December. We really ought to have something going by then, and those are 2 great times to start. We'd love to have you. We'll give you a tour. It's a big decision. Going to college is a tremendous investment of time and money. We would love to help you go slow and make a good decision for you so that you're a good fit. Happy to show you around, tell you about our programs.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.